Well, you're in luck. It's time for the most motivational segment in all of sports. It's the Bud List. It's also time where we take a little break out of the show and discuss some comments and concerns from the audience. I like to call it viewer mail.
Yeah. Nick did a good job with it last week.
Did he?
Yeah.
Wasn't watching.
It was on in Italy. We're on in Italy, I think.
Big, of course, big internationally.
Really?
Yeah, big.
You know how many times I got recognized?
Well, you?
Ah, gee whiz. I had sunglasses on. Dear Wildes, I even had my gentleman's suit. Welcome back. We know you were at a wedding, but where were Nick and Brew? Cheers, Ryan and Brian. See, Ryan and Brian are always watching the show. So we'll start with you. What did you do on your vacation?
I wasn't vacation. I was working,
on the break.
I always am. I was in Vegas.
Yes.
Doing a little. There I was. Oh, there's Brew.
Little
me on.
Oh, and good support.
I was there. Nick played well. Nick, I was proud of him.
Yeah, proud of him. I did okay. I didn't do as well as I should have.
You look cool there, though.
Thanks,
yeah,
buddy.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
I was talking about Brew.
Oh.
Well, I had just come from the buffet, as you can see, my stomach. All right, number 3 on the Bud List, Nick, I know it's your friend, Daryl Morey.
Wow.
This is Brew's
President of basketball operations for the Sixers. This is supposed to be the summer, right? I mean, they've got 2 stars, one a legit superstar, Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey, and nearly $60 million in cap space. That's great. But here's the problem. The free agent market is dry. All right, Paul George, he doesn't seem very interested in you. You don't seem very interested in him. LeBron, let's not waste our time. James Harden, been there, done that. Hated it.
Wow.
DeMar DeRozan.
Wow. That's a
We
30-year-old
it wasn't good. It wasn't good.
You brought that back.
Living color, yeah.
Yeah.
Living color. I don't even think Nick got that one.
That's a good one.
DeMar DeRozan. You want DeMar DeRozan? I mean, does he fit? He might, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the guy,
I like DeMar DeRozan.
The guy, DeMar might be the guy.
Yeah.
But it should be Jimmy Butler or bust at this point. Butler wants a contract extension. I think the Sixers would give it to him. I don't know how you make the trade happen. They only got 5 players under contract, and 2 of them, Maxey and Embiid, are off limits. But
Clay?
This is why you get the big. Well, he ain't Jimmy Butler at this point. So Daryl, this is why you get the big money. I do believe in you. You're a very good executive. Go out and get Jimmy Butler. Okay. All right, at number 2, Tua.
Okay.
All right. Now look, I know that I have the cold weather graphic record 0-6 that I use a lot. Mm-hmm. I know I have the 1-loss record versus playoff teams. Yeah. Those are in heavy rotation here.
I know.
On first things first. But Tua, I do feel you. All right? You want the bag, and I don't blame you. And Miami doesn't want to give you the bag, and I don't blame them. All right? So you have a decision to make. And right, look, the market value reports are that they don't want to give you market value. That, Nick, $55 million a year with Trevor Lawrence and Jared Goff's deals and stuff, and they don't want to give you that much. So you got a tough decision to make. What they offering, 45 to 50, somewhere in that. Look, that's less than the market. However, you got great weapons. Mm-hmm. You got a great coach. You're in a great location.
It's warm in Miami.
It's right. It's warm, or we know you struggle in cold weather. So there's that. Or your other choice is go out this year and just ball out. Now they still could franchise him. Yeah. If he does that, they could franchise you. So it's a tough decision. I'm not completely against taking if it's between 45 and 50. You know, I mean, you're in a great situation. So Tua, I do believe in you somewhat. I like you a lot. I hope it works out for you. All right, at number 1, the New York Knicks.
Wow.
All right, the New York Knicks. Now, look, I thought it was a great move. We all agree. We love the move for Mikal Bridges, but you have gone all in. You have gone all in. You are S-Bob. Championship or bust, all right?
I don't mean to interrupt, but
it's transcended sports, Wildes. Okay. Everybody knows that.
I know, but you mean now
LeBron just didn't catch on.
But now you're calling it championship or bust.
Well, but just so they know.
I didn't need to make it.
Just keep cooking. Ignore it.
I'm sorry.
This is the most. Now, Nick shot this down earlier, but this is the most hope since 2013 when you had the great
They had
Carmelo
no
Anthony
hope that
and
year.
Amari Stoudemire was there.
that's
He was
true.
hurt.
He
He
was
was kind of
good.
banged up. You got to the second round against a nice Pacers team. There was a little hope.
The best Miami Heat team of the whole Heatles generation existed that year. That
Got a
team
chance,
didn't have
though.
hope.
Hope.
Punch
Just
chance.
hope.
Mellow.
That's all I said was hope.
This team
okay?
is better.
Now, you gave up more first-round draft picks than teams gave up to get Kevin Durant, Donovan Mitchell, Rudy Gobert. 22 All-Star games between them, just zero from Mikal Bridges, all right? So you got to get it done, all right? There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And this trade will be worth it if you win the first championship in what would be 52 years. I don't care if it's 53, 54, 55. You got a few years, right? It doesn't have to be next season, but you must deliver a championship, period. Now, Knicks fans, I like sometimes just making fun of the Knicks because the fans here, I love them, but they're a little obnoxious. Sorry, Ramsey. But I like making fun of the Knicks. However, I do live in the greater New York area, and I actually believe in these Knicks.
I believe it.
So,
you got a chance. So there you go.
It's a great bud list. Can I just, before I give mine, can I make one little addendum to the Knicks point? Because you're right about the first-round picks. But the Knicks in the trade didn't give up any player of note. And the Suns gave up those picks and Mikal Bridges and Cam Johnson. The Cavs gave up Lauri Markkanen. You know what I mean? The Donovan Mitchell trade. So
That's why I said picks.
No, I know. I'm not
But I
disagreeing with
feel
it.
you.
I don't think the Knicks paid the player price those other teams did. All right. I hate to always have to be the general sports media's ombudsman. But I am going to continue to be that when duty calls because I think the Kansas City Chiefs are breaking the NFL media's brain. So I'm putting the NFL media under duress. Before we get to the latest tweet, a little context. Like a month ago, my friends at Pro Football Talk and other places tried to make a story. Oh my God, the Chiefs might move to Kansas. And then they got out their, I guess, atlases and realized, oh wait, they're talking about moving 20 minutes west. Probably not a big deal to the fans. So that's not a story. Then today, I see this tweet from Florio. As Patrick Mahomes creeps towards 30, the question is becoming inevitable. How long will he play? He then, graph 2, Brew, explains to us how aging works. He's 28. He'll be 29 in September. And as he gets closer to 30, the questions about how long he'll play are inevitable. Are they? Really? Or are you the first person to actually consider this topic?
Has he given us any reason to think
Patrick
this is
Mahomes,
an
who for
issue?
the record is closer in age to rookie Bo Nix than he is to Russell Wilson, we are thinking, you know what? Clock's ticking, boys. Here's how my pal Mike closes the piece. We can add to it. Regardless, expect Mahomes to get plenty of questions about his long-term plans. Florio, I don't expect that. I gotta tell you right now, I don't think Patrick is gonna get a single question at a press conference this year of, hey, Pat,
I'll ask him.
retirement,
Well, I'll ask him.
retirement on the horizon.
Get him on the show. I'll ask him.
So here's
Florio, I got you.
what I think, Brew, has happened. I think it's one thing to win 2 Super Bowls in a row, but winning this last Super Bowl when so many folks wrote them off at various times in the year has made people gun shy on outright questioning them. So if you want to find a way to, it's like, hey, Andy Reid's a little old. Is he going to quit? Hey, Dallas
that was the
Mayor
first
sent out a tweet. Are they going to move to Texas?
Yeah, Kelsey was going to quit too.
Hey, Travis Kelsey, he sure likes his girlfriend. Is he going to quit? Or Patrick Mahomes, who is 28 years old, which does mean he'll be 29 soon, and then 30s after that. At some point, he's got to stop. So listen, NFL media, you're under duress, my friends.
Very good.
Very good, very fair. Look, the Chiefs, and I'm not even saying this to toot my own horn, because when I called him Jordan-esque years ago.
That's right.
But they really look like, could we actually have a football equivalent of something like what Michael Jordan did.
You told me that.
When you want, I mean, but I was talking individually.
Yeah.
He's going to dominate the sport. But could they? We don't see this in football, especially in this era with the free agency. But they look like every year they could win it.
Do you think in 20 years we're going to find out that Mahomes' 50 touchdown season was actually 40 and they faked
some of those
numbers?
interceptions. Could go the other way.
I mean, is that what's going to
He
make
didn't like the Jordan.
I know.
Go ahead.
Let's hide them together.
I think I'm putting Zach Edey on the
changing
bud list. No, I was just figuring out how to say it. Now I have an announcement to make.
Okay.
Just like the New York Knicks brought everybody from Villanova together and put a real bet on chemistry. Chemistry is not only important on what you see on camera, also behind the scenes. And Dusty and I largely agree on most things outside of his scooter. I think he should wear at least high vis. Some of his clothing, again, more colorful stuff. So I don't like that mauve shirt that you wear. Yeah. And Zach Edey. But Dusty, I have an announcement. I'm now officially a Zach Edey guy.
Oh,
You've
really?
been right all along. The guy can play. And I'm tired of people disparaging not only Zach Edey, but Dusty by proxy by saying it's one of the worst picks in modern NBA draft history. Why? Because he's two-time National Player of the Year? Well, so was Obi Toppin, Ramsey, shout out to you, and Jalen Brunson, who I mentioned because it's like, well, he did it in college. Can he do it here? Will it translate? Yeah, you know what translates? 7'4", 300 pounds. He averaged 22, 12, and 2 blocks. He shot 62% from the field. Like, oh, wow, you don't understand the modern NBA now. It's all 3-pointers. That doesn't work. I'm sure it'll work a little bit. Okay? I'm sure it will work when you need to get a bucket. You give it to the guy in the post who's 7'4", 300 pounds. It can get you 12 points a game. It's like, well, they're going to put him in the pick and roll, Wild. You don't understand.
Well,
they're going to put him in the
They
pick and roll.
are.
They're going to torture him in the pick and roll. Well, have Triple J. He's going to sit back there. Triple J will be roaming. He's a Defensive Player of the Year, but he went back last year because he had to play out of position. Have Zach Edey back there as the anchor on defense, blocking shots. And then on offense, when John drives the lane, just hands it off Zach Edey, and Zach Edey dunks it.
No.
Stop. He's going to be good. Dusty, we're back, buddy. I still
All right,
think you should wear high vis, though. It's just...
I don't think it's a bad pick. They're going to be good. You know, they've got shooting with Bane and like you said, Triple J, Jaren Jackson Jr. Ja will come back with a vengeance. I think this is he can have some value. I don't even know if he'll start, but he'll have some value for certain
I have one final thing.
situations.
Yeah, go quick.
Bro, you know what you like? You always say when things get rough in the playoffs, what do you like big guys to do?
Bang. Right. Well,
Start rolling.
right,
Back him down.
yourself.
That's all Zach Edey's got.
Wildes, just to be clear,
he'll have
that
some value.
voice you were doing of mocking the Zach Edey skeptics,
Yeah.
were you doing it of yourself 2 months ago? Because you said you just now came around and then you mocked all the points you made.
I know.
Okay, all right, that's
used
fine,
to
as
rip
long
him.
as we're on the record.
I didn't rip him, but
You didn't think
Dusty and I were having some rough times. I was more of a clinging guy.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.